Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing a Dior fall get ready with me my way. This is new and old pieces from the brand, and I will be focusing on this jungle palette here. I think this is perfect for fall. It gives me all the tones of foliage, so that is today's centerpiece. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As you know, I have my online beauty consulting service. This is a one-on-one video chat with me where you get to ask me any beauty concern you have, whether it's skincare or makeup. I can guide you through step by step. So to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. Okay, let's start off with a little bit of TLC. I woke up this morning and I'm just like so tired. I don't know why. You know those mornings you just wake up and everything just feels like, ugh. So I'm going to do a little bit of skincare prep, a little bit of eye care prep. I have here, this is a kit that I purchased online. It's an eye patch kit that actually works. So this is a sample of the Capture Total eye serum. This is great, honestly. It's such a wonderful serum. I think this is what makes it so wonderful. I do a generous coat here because it's brightening, it's hydrating, it's cooling. It does all the claims basically. So I do a pretty generous dollop here. I think this serum is also meant to be firming as well and correct fine lines, things like that. So you do a generous coat, like I said, and then you take your patches. This is part of the Backstage collection. So it comes in two parts. And then this is what the patches look like. And then you take your patch. They feel sort of like jelly and cool, and then as soon as you place them, it feels nice and cold. And I think the act of placing the mask over top sort of locks everything in and seals everything in, and you'll see when I take these off, it'll look brighter, it'll look smoother, it'll look like I had 8 hours of sleep. And for the lips, I'm going into my Maximizer. I have the shade 001. This is the classic shade. This enhances your lip pH. It plumps your lips. It smooths them out. Sometimes we just need all the help we can get, you know? Okay, let's move on to actual makeup. Recently, I've been doing my eyebrows very naturally. I'm not filling them in as much. I'm not penciling them in. I'm really just taking a tinted brow gel and placing them. So this is the Dior Show Pump and Brow in the shade 02. It's like a dark brown. So you squeeze it here and then you have your little, it's the smallest one ever. It's so perfect because you won't end up with tinted brow gel on your skin because the spoolie is so small. I don't know, I think I've just been trying to fill them in lighter and more naturally. I just find that it creates a lighter makeup look. It looks more natural, even when I'm wearing like a full face of makeup with something more dramatic. I don't know, I've just been enjoying the look of just lighter eyebrows. And not even lighter in tone, just lighter in makeup. I think before I was trying to correct them to make them look perfectly even, but the thing about perfection is that it doesn't exist. So just embrace what you have and just, you know, be you, but a little bit more enhanced. So these are the eyebrows that I have. Now, unfortunately for the eyeshadow base, it has to be NARS. There is no other comparable product in my opinion. I know that Dior has a Backstage primer, like in the Backstage eyeshadow palettes, they have eyeshadow primer. That doesn't work for me. I need the NARS one. This is like super glue for eyeshadow. All right, let's move on to the real meat and potatoes of the video here. So this is a Jungle. This is part of their 5 shadow series. This is permanent, it's not new. It's been around for a couple of years and I just recently picked this up. So I'm gonna do some swatches first and then we will create a beautiful look. These are the swatches here. There are 2 mattes. This one is like a dark brown and this is actually a dark green. It's like a very, very dark khaki, but it kind of looks black a little bit. And then we have this one here that looks like a mustardy green, a peach, and then a champagne. I just think this is really a nice color. It's different. It gives me like a nice, yeah, fall look with the greens and the khakis and the peach. I think there's a lot to work with here. And it's really, like this one here is technically matte, but it has a slight satin finish more than this one here. But these I would say are the two mattes, and these are the, you know, more shimmery colors here. I will start off by going into this like dark mustardy yellow color here. If you're curious about the brushes I'm using, this is the Refer 28. Everything will be listed in the description box. So I'm just taking this one here. Ooh, see, it's giving me like gold at the same time. It's very reflective. It's very, very beautiful. If you wet your brush, this would be so intense and so beautiful. But even just going like this, wow, it's giving me like a yellow, green. It's really pretty. I'm glad I got it. I don't know what took me so long to get this one, but there are so many beautiful shadows from Dior. I love this new formula. I mean, this is a formula from, I think, almost 3 years now. Time goes by so fast, but I'm just glad that they reformulated these because they're so nice now. This was incredibly easy. It didn't take much work. A good primer goes a long way. Like the shadows are great, but personally, I think that a good primer just sets everything down to be successful. So now I'm going into my Refer 26. This is like a fat pencil brush, and I'm going into my deep khaki olive shade here. And this is going, ooh, right here. Okay. It's just so pigmented. It's really very little product, very little work to get the color payoff. I'm just gonna place this here. And then I'm taking a clean blending brush. This is the Refer 14. It's just like a perfect blending brush to go into the crease. And a little bit on this side too. I'm trying to rein in this extra sheen and not make this too dramatic, but you know, just a little bit of drama. And I'm just taking a little bit of this dark olivey green on the bottom lashes here. This will be our eyeliner for the bottom. Okay, let's go ahead and remove these patches here. I just look refreshed, hydrated, plumped. I love these patches here. I think they came out as like a flash in the pan for the Backstage collection, but they're still available for sale. I just think that they should make these permanent and be sold in like a large quantity instead of just a couple at a time. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the face, and then I'll finish up the eyes afterwards. So for the face, I'm going into my Forever Skin Corrector here. This is 2WP. This is a concealer and corrector, and I'm going to use my powder foundation over top as a powder afterwards. So this, I'm just going to, you know, place it where I would put concealer and just a little bit to correct. Now I'm going into my Dior Forever Natural Velvet. This is technically a powder foundation, but you can go in lightly, and I have the shade 3N. I'm using a BK Beauty 106. This is a round foundation brush. You can go in lightly and treat it like it's a powder. It's going to offer a bit more coverage. I do find that it covers and it blurs nicely, so you can use it on its own as a foundation or over top as a powder. For the bronzer, I'm going into my Dior Forever Natural Bronze 05, and I'm going in with a angled Refer brush 04. I love this brush so much for any cheek, whether it's bronzer or blush. It's cut at an angle, so it's just perfect for sculpting. Now for the blush, I'm going into my Backstage shade. This is the coral color. I love the Backstage blushes. There's two of them. There's a pink, there's a coral. I think for today, a coral will be a nice combination with this green color here. Let's go ahead and finish the eyes, because if I keep going any further, I'll forget. I'm gonna go into this gorgeous color here with a very tapered fine brush here. This is the Refer 03. It's like a pencil brush. just going to load up my brush, and I'm going to place this on the inner part of the eye. It's like a peach color here. And I just think it's going to melt really nicely with this mustardy gold shade here. I love the finish of these shadows here. They're metallic, they're not too shiny or sparkly, but they're just very, very pretty. It's a very lovely palette. I'm glad I picked it up. I don't know what took me so long to get it. I got it when I was in Chicago recently, and I'm glad that I did. I have to say it's a nice combination mixing these together. To finish the eyes, I'm going into the Dior Show mascara. This is a sample here, but this is what the wand looks like. So this here is a black color. I think if you had like a nice forest green mascara, this could work with this too. So for the lips, I have one of these new Forever Transfer Proof Bullet Lipsticks. This is the shade 525 Chérie. It's sort of in the rosewood, Your Lip But Better. I just think it'll be really nice with this entire look here. So to finish off our look, we have to go into a fragrance. I have here a sample of Bois d'Argent. This is a gorgeous luxe sample here. And so this perfume is part of the more like prestige line of fragrances at Christian Dior. And I really like this one, Bois d'Argent. It's a musky, soft powder fragrance that has a little bit of myrrh, like a hint of patchouli, like a really soft whisper. There's some honey in here. There's some juniper. So it's giving me like a fall walk in the woods with a little bit of sweetness with the honey. It has sweetness with amber and a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of honey, but in a powdery, musky way, not in a saccharine, sweet type of way. And it also has a little bit of iris, which is nice because I find iris to be a soft, powdery floral. So it's just a really nice, well-balanced, like almost like earthy perfume. And I think for fall, I think it's just a very nice match. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I convinced you on Jungle because it is so beautiful. I love the finish of these satin shades. I don't know what to call it, like a mustardy green olive shade with this beautiful peach. It's so pretty and everything is so intense. You really don't need very much. I mean, this is across the board for the brand with the eyeshadows. They're just so opaque and so pigmented that a little bit goes a long way. And so if you're looking for an eyeshadow palette for fall with like these dark greens, this type of like mossy color, I think you should give this one a try because I skipped I don't even know what the Dior fall collection was. I skipped this release here. I guess it did have some of the green khaki, but I feel like Jungle is more green, more intense. And I skipped this collection because oftentimes the collections come out so early that now that it actually is fall in October, I have long forgotten what the fall release was for this season. But that one I skipped and I'm glad I did. I mean, you know, not everything is for everyone, but I prefer this. I just like the satin colors here. I think that the peach is a nice complementary color to this dark green. So anyway, that's my TED talk on Jungle and why it's a nice palette. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you have the palette Jungle or if you're going to get it. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know as well what other products you would like to see me review from the brand. I am all ears. If you're new to my channel, I hope you take the time to subscribe. If you are a longtime viewer but have not subscribed yet, please take the time to do so as well. So I think that's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day and I'll see you next time. Bye.